Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're here today with another Sims 4 speed build, and this one is different to anything I've ever done before. So what am I doing today? I'm building a swamp. I'm building a swamp. Not something I ever thought I would build, not something I've built before, probably not something I'd build again. I'm not entirely sure how well I've done with it. I mean, I think it's turned out quite cool and I'm happy with it. I know a couple of issues, but we'll talk about that later on. I do feel like I need to explain what's happening. This is actually a giveaway entry for a Snowy Escape giveaway that Shauna McDoodles on YouTube is hosting. What she has done is she has created possibly the best meme I think I've seen. It's the one I'm most heavily invested in anyway. So if you're not subscribed to her on YouTube, you might not know that she's one of the most incredibly creative people I've ever had the privilege to, meet within the Sims community. She is so funny, she's so talented, and she can do so much. One of these things is painting Shrek in 30 minutes from memory. And so Smooth Shrek was born. The king, the ogre, the legend. And, it's just kind of spiraled from there. Smooth Shrek has just become an entity all to himself. He has his own Twitter, he is living his best life. And, sometimes things go a bit wrong for people. And one of these things is losing your swamp. So Smooth Shrek has misplaced his swamp. He was on the 7 o'clock news, which I will also link down below. And the details of the mystery are still unknown. However, if someone can reunite Smooth Shrek with a swamp, they could be with the chance of winning Snowy Escape. Typically, I don't go in for giveaways. If I sort of build anything for a person or for a contest or something, I'm 100% not doing it for the prize. I typically don't need them. Snowy Escape is one I would be interested in winning though, so I'd like to think I brought my A game, but at the same time, I've never built a swamp before. So, things have happened. But before I sort of continue rambling about myself, like I always do, I will just mention I have linked Shauna's channel and her giveaway video down below. I highly recommend you check her out, especially the sort of painting Shrek from memory, because that is what has sparked this whole thing. So yeah, Shauna is linked down below. She's amazing. Go watch. After you've watched this, obviously. But sort of to discuss the swamp, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I kind of wanted to build like a hexagonal house, if that's the shape I've done. I'm not sure if it's a hexagon or a pentagon or an octagon. I don't know how many sides it has. But that's kind of what I wanted to go for. And I eventually decided that I couldn't fit a bathroom in there, so I decided to build Shrek an outhouse. Because if you've seen Shrek 2, he does sort of kick his way out of an outhouse to go into his swamp. So I thought Smooth Shrek should probably have an outhouse too. I'm also going to briefly mention the issue I've had. My build is ruined because of this. I use debug landscaping, right? I've been getting into doing it recently and I've been enjoying it. However, it has destroyed my build. I was wanting to make the swamp look really overgrown because Shrek's whole thing is, "Grr, I'm an ogre, I don't like company." So Smooth Shrek I kind of see as being the same. He doesn't want people coming and bothering him in his swamp. He doesn't care if they're going to make waffles for breakfast. Smooth Shrek is not about that life. So I wanted it to be sort of overgrown and not unwelcoming as such, because I think it's actually turned out quite cozy, his little swamp. But, your standard townsperson will not walk in here and go swimming in the swamp. Like, that's just not what's going to happen. So yeah, I wanted it to be very lush, and that was my downfall. I placed these, I don't even know what they were, it's like debug reeds or something, or grass. It came with Outdoor Retreat, and I placed it down, I sized it up, I placed it down, it looked good. Then you can only look at the outhouse from this really specific angle. Otherwise, you will just see grass coming into the building. So I thought, okay, we'll just move this plant. We'll get the grass out, that'll be fine. I moved every single plant and I could not find the sort of tile that this big, massive one corresponded to. I couldn't find this plant to pick it up and move it. and I was so stressed. Like, that was probably one of the second layers of plants I put down. So to get rid of this one, I would need to have to get rid of every single plant I put down since. And since it's all debug, it's not even like you can just copy and paste. Like, I would have to scroll through the debug menu again to find all these different things. And I just wasn't about that life. So I've just decided to embrace the fact that his outhouse has grass coming into it. But I feel it kind of fits the vibe, you know? We're doing it for aesthetics. That's exactly why we're doing it. Also, I maybe wouldn't encourage anyone to download this build because I am pretty sure it's not functional. The bathroom will be, it'll be really annoying to play in if it is, because it's got all these debug trees around it, which you can't see yet because I did the landscaping last. But the bed is not functional. Well, one side might be, but even then that's going to be a push because of the way I've put the end table. One side is completely blocked off, so you cannot have two Sims in there. Because I'm pretty sure the scooching isn't a thing anymore. But yeah, this is not a functioning build, but I think it looks good, so who cares, right? So what we have is we have his outhouse, and then we have his main cabin, like the hexagon, pentagon, octagon, whatever I've built. We have got his main cabin in here. And I didn't really know what Smooth Shrek would want. I didn't see him being overly techie, so I didn't put like laptops and things in. I did end up putting in, oh yeah, I'm doing it right now. I did end up putting in the little TV from Eco Lifestyle because I saw, pretty sure it was Paige do this. She built, what build was it? I think it was like a tower or a witch house or something. She built something amazing anyway. She builds a lot of amazing things. And I saw her raise the TV up and put it on the Eco Living or Eco Lifestyle. I can't remember what the pack is called. I think it's Eco Lifestyle. Anyway, she raised the TV that came with that pack onto the fireplace that also came in that pack. And I just thought it looked so good. So I was 100% stealing her idea there by putting Smooth Shrek's TV on his fireplace. But other than like the lights and things, that's really the only electronics he has. I don't think this would function off the grid though, just because the items, like the kitchen items and things, aren't off the grid. You know, they're not. Also, maybe the front door doesn't work either, actually, now I think about it. It's fine. Who's going to want to play in this anyway? Like, realistically, who's going to want this? So, yeah, we're just kind of playing about with things. I didn't know how I wanted it. I knew I didn't want the bed just in the room, you know? Like, I wanted it sectioned off. I wanted him to have a bit of privacy, even though it would likely just be him. Like, if you're having your breakfast, you don't want to be staring at your bed, you know? Like, you've got to make your studio apartment look bigger than it is. You want to sort of give the idea of having more space. See, this is what I mean where I don't think this side of the bed would be functional either. Because I've sized down that end table and I've placed it there, which I think will be an issue for your Sims getting into it. But again, we're doing it for aesthetics, it's fine. I had a lot of fun building this. It was quite nice. It was fun doing something I wouldn't normally do. But as soon as I saw Shauna's video yesterday, I just knew I wanted to build Smooth Shrek Swamp. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad I'm able to participate in something that a simmer I enjoy is doing. I always think it's important to support your fellow creators, especially at the moment when, you know, small creators are really getting shafted from all angles, if we're totally honest. So I definitely think, you know, if someone has a shell challenge or a competition of some sort, just join it. Even if you're not going to win, just join it. That's my thing. So I'm glad I took part in this. I'm glad I was able to, you know, provide a possible swamp for Smooth Shrek. In terms of the competition though, if you also want to build a swamp, which, you know, I highly recommend. I had a lot of fun with it, and you can probably do a lot better than I have as well. This competition is running until December 4th, and then Shauna is going to tour all the builds December 5th on her Twitch channel. So, you know, if you want to check out the competition, see all the cool swamps people have built, check her out on Twitch as well. Like, this video is just a 20-minute long I love Shauna speech, and, you know, I'm not even mad about it. So I've kind of put a lot of books and things in Smooth Shrek's house. And I don't really know how much of a reader he is, but I was kind of wanting just to tie it into like the original Shrek films. So now I kind of have this headcanon that has not yet been confirmed by the creator But I like to think that on an evening, Smooth Shrek will sit down and he will write onion-based poetry. I kind of imagined him being into like rap battles and things, and then it just kind of turned into him being a poet. That's kind of my thinking behind it. So there's a lot of books. He's got a little notebook propped on his couch, maybe where he's jotting down his ideas for things that rhyme with onion, funyon, etc. Easy seeing I am 100% not a poet. Yeah, that was just a little fun thing I wanted to put in. Other than that, I find it quite hard to decorate for Shrek. Like, the whole thing is he's an ogre. He doesn't need anything. He just needs his swamp. What kind of decorations does an ogre have? So that was one of the issues I ran into. And a lot of the wall paintings looked a bit too cute for an ogre's house. Not saying that you can't have cute ogres, because Princess Fiona would 100% have a lot of this stuff. But would Shrek on his own in his bachelor pad? Nah. So I kind of put a weird poster by his bed, but I want to pretend it's like his self-portrait. One of the rules for the competition was that you couldn't use CC, but I know that Pink Social Bunny has made Smooth Shrek CC and Shauna has it in her game. So I want to just say now, I think it would be cool if we could have some Smooth Shrek portraits on the wall. I think that would benefit this little cabin a lot. So if we replace that weird alien one I put up with Smooth Shrek, life will be good. Also, that little wreath that I've just put on the front door, that is another thing why I don't think this house is functional. I'm not sure if they can, because it's a double door, so I'm not sure if they can actually get in there with the wreath being in the middle. You know, I'm not sure. I also didn't want to put a lot of plants in here. If I was building like a woodland cabin for anybody other than Smooth Shrek, I would have decked this place to the full with plants. But I just feel like Smooth Shrek's pretty low maintenance, you know? He's not... Oh, these sketches I've also put up, I'm just going to assume Smooth Shrek is a budding artist. That's also the alien poster thing. I'm not sure what it's meant to be, but it was green and it kind of reminded me a bit of Shrek because green. So it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, I kind of imagine Smooth Shrek being pretty low maintenance. So, you know, he's not going to want to have to take care of a million plants. He's just not going to. That's also why I've put cobwebs and things around the cabin, because he's so into his onion poetry and rap battles that he doesn't have time to clean. There's a bucket of cleaning stuff next to his bin that's just forgotten about. There are cobwebs everywhere because he's too busy. And that's fine. If I had a swamp, I probably wouldn't clean either. I also couldn't rotate those canvases for some reason. I was quite disappointed. Because I thought we could maybe put like an easel or something in, but yeah. This coming up is actually something I'm quite proud of. So I wanted a dresser, but we didn't really have much room. So I've sized down this one, and I think it kind of looks like a little trunk or like an ottoman or something. So he's got a teeny tiny dresser, which I don't know is functional. I haven't play tested this because I knew the house didn't work anyway. But I thought the teeny tiny dresser looked so cute, like a little wooden box he can store his linens in. You know, his other yoga pants, as if Smooth Shrek does yoga. His other ogre pants is what I was trying to say. Has the joke gone too far? I don't know. I'm having a blast with it though, and I want Smooth Shrek's legacy to continue forever. I mean, this is definitely one of the most strange builds, like the strangest build I've ever done, I think. Just based on the concept alone, and I absolutely love it. Had such a fun time building it. I didn't really know what to do for the outside because, again, like, would he garden? Probably not. So I've just got some crates, like, where his supplies and things get delivered in. And we've, like, sort of dirtied up the grass a bit because it's a swamp. It's not meant to be lush and green, even though there is a lot of grass. It's swamp grass. It's like marshland, you know? And we've also got a little path leading to his outhouse. But yeah, this is where I start landscaping, and I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just placed down a load of debug trees and grasses and things. I also put that little wishing well thing out there, just because, like, maybe at one point this used to be like a fairy's hut or something, and when the townspeople came along and they tried to get rid of everything magic, they ran the fairy out of town. So then this is when Shrek took over this land and was like, yeah, I live here now. So maybe that's why there's still a wishing well here. Who knows? But I feel like I probably could have done more with the landscaping, but I didn't really know what to do with it. I didn't want it to be too flowery because, again, it's meant to be marshland, and I don't really know what kind of things grow in marshes. So I did just kind of want to stick to, you know, grasses and things like swamp weeds. Also, I'm very proud of this little debug bridge I put going into the swamp. So I like to imagine that, you know, in the morning, Smooth Shrek gets up, ready to start his day, and then he just like cannonballs off his little bridge and swims in his swamp and just has the best time. And that's basically all the backstory I have for this build. Long story short, go sub to Shauna and check out her channel. She is a blast. She is one of the best people. She's so creative. She's so funny. And, you know, without her, we wouldn't have Smooth Shrek. I wouldn't have built a swamp. So, you know, there's a lot to be thankful for. Yeah, I do think we might be coming to the end of the video soon. So, just to sort of give you a little catch up on my tech situation, I'm still having some troubles, I think I finally got my microphone to work on my boyfriend's laptop. So, you know, we're still going to be playing Sims 4 on the fancy smanchy gaming computer, which is really cool. But my one, I am still struggling with a lot. Here is this stupid grass thing that's ruined my outhouse. Ugh. I'm still not okay. Yeah, so we're still having tech issues. So at the moment, the Sims 2 and Sims 3 is still on hold while I try and figure some things out. Sims 4 videos are alive and well, which I know a lot of people on my channel do prefer the Sims 2. But, you know, I'm working with what I've got at the moment. I can't do the Sims 2 without a working laptop, so, you know, there's that. I'm working on it behind the scenes, though, I do promise. Yeah, in the meantime, it's just going to be a lot of Sims 4 builds, and yeah, I hope you enjoy them. I'm having fun doing them, so I mean, that's the main thing, right? Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Any build suggestions particularly would be handy, as this is now my main source of content. Yeah, if you liked it, please consider dropping a like or subscribing so you can see more of my horrific ramblings. And I will see you guys in the very next video. Bye!